Quick question. Have you ever been tech before?
I have.
What's
yes.
that like?
Oh my goodness, I love tech. My first show that I did tech for was Frozen Junior. Shout out to the Frozeners out there. It's interesting. There's a position for everyone in tech. If you like to be more like in the zone of like, if you know you can't focus with other people around, you should be on the table. So then you're like really focused on like, oh, I need to hit this button there and I need to move this light cue. It's very dedicated and you have to read your script a lot. But if you're really into like interacting with like cast members, or if you're a good like team player, then grips, that's like moving out like the tables or like chairs. That's a really good one too. But you also have to make sure that you're still like really quiet backstage, because it's hard, you get distracted, guilty, but there's a little balance of everything. You're kind of like the eyes to like the director when you're backstage. You're like secret undercover. You're like, oh, they were really talking back there, you should really mention to not do that. Or like, oh, they were like running backstage, I don't know if they should do that. So it's a little thing for everyone. And then I was also stage manager for a few shows, I think in total 4. But that is also, you get a little bit of everything in that, because I've been stage manager backstage before and in the booth, and both are very interesting, because in the booth, you don't hear what's happening backstage unless the tech backstage want to tell you, which is good and also sometimes not good. So yeah, there's a little thing for everyone.
What would you say is like one of your favorite parts about doing tech compared to like doing acting on stage?
I'd say my favorite thing is, I don't want to say it's definitely not less time consuming, because you're still there for the full amount of practice, but I'd say you still have more energy than you would when you're acting. Acting, I feel like you're very vulnerable on stage, and you're like really giving your heart and like your emotion, and you're dancing and singing, and it's a lot of work, and tech is a lot of work too, but you have more, I'd say, breaks than you would if you're an actor. So if you're trying, last semester for High School Musical, I did not do that show because I wanted to really work on my grades for colleges. So I'd say if you're kind of like in the middle of like, oh, I really want to do the show, but I really can't dedicate like the 3 months to it, tech is a good alternative because it's only like 1 month. And you still have energy after rehearsal, I'd say, compared to like acting, to go home and still do homework. So, yes.
That's all the questions I have for today.
I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know you both are very enthused actors. I want to know what your guys' favorite show is.
Like shows that we've done or shows that we...
Both.
So ones out of the ones that I've done, and also a dream show of mine.
Wait, I need to search that up.
Well, for me, I guess I'll go first. My favorite show that I have done, well, it's a mix between Almost Maine and High School Musical, and that's not just because the characters' names were both Chad, but
Yes.
which is also a funny coincidence. But I mean, actually, I might take it back. I don't know. Listen, okay. My first ever show was Rock of Ages, and the vibes there were so different, and like, I don't know, it was like a new experience. So like, I can't ever like get a feeling of like trying something for the first time. But also High School Musical was like my first big break with like an actual like lead role. So that was very fun to do as well. But as for shows that I haven't done, well, I would really want to do Little Shop of Horrors. That's one of my, I really love the music. I love the characters. I love everything about that show, and it's one of my dream shows.
Okay.
For me, I didn't exactly have like a favorite musical per se, but I did have a favorite show, and that was Almost Maine, directed by Alejandro and Derek. Oh, favorite people. Thank you.
Shout out to them.
Yes, great directors. But like favorite musical that I want to be in, Waitress the musical.
I love Waitress, and I know Derek Barnes II really likes Waitress. So, shout out.
Shout out to them.
Yes. What was your guys' favorite character that you guys have played?
Well, I think for me, obviously, it would be Chad.
Which one?
Okay. I do really like, I really liked, I don't know, they're like at a tie for me in my heart, you know? Like being in like a little 2-person scene in Almost Maine, and like just the comedy and all that stuff was so fun. But then like High School Musical, like I really loved doing all like the dances and like the singing. So I don't know for that. But dream role of mine, I believe it's Ricky from Ride the Cyclone. Hey, I need that role. I'm coming for it someday.
My favorite role that I did in? Yeah, don't got one. Probably one of the skater dudes though.
Yes. Hey, you made those awesome skateboards, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, me and my dad. Hey Dad, you made those awesome skateboards. I helped.
Shout out.
Yeah. But dream role, it's also probably got to be from Ride the Cyclone. No, was it Noel or no?
Ooh,
Noel.
Was he the guy who sang the French song, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
think
yeah.
so. Yeah, that's probably gonna be
Yeah,
my
if you
dream
know the
role.
name, leave it down in the comments
Yes. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification
below.
button. Yeah.
I like it. Okay. I'd say, I don't know. I think my favorite role was Donna. Just because it was so, like, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Mamma Mia. Love that show. Love the music.
Yes.
So is that everything we have to say?
I guess so,
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me, too.
Thank you so much for being
course.
here.
Yay!
And thank you guys for watching.
Hit
Yeah.
that like button.
Hey.
This gets 5 booms.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. Boom.